we come to the western half of southern Nigeria. Again, we have the Tinubus of this world, the Fayemis, all of those. I don't know who else has bought the form. The other day, I think it was Ayo Fayose that I saw. All of those who are saying they want to go and get political power. At the time Yoruba is on the street, at the time we saw Sunday Igboho and all of what he has, had to undergo and be put through. We saw the attack in his place in Ibadan after he had come to, identify with what NINAS is saying for Yoruba space. And then, the Yoruba want out of Nigeria at this time. The Yoruba political actors who are going to buy form to be president of Nigeria that will sustain the constitution holding Yoruba into bondage, again, we appeal to you directly. Bola Tinubu, Kayode Fayemi, Ayo Fayose, I don't know who else is planning to buy form. What you are doing is enabling the enemy to save that constitution, and that is what will reinforce not only the enslavement of Yoruba people, it also exposes them to extermination like other people. The caliphate wants more time to complete their conquest mission, exterminate the owners of the land, and Yoruba is not going to be spared of that ordeal. We already can see it. We saw it in Yewa, that Yoruba people are now living in what is it called, in IDP across Benin Republic because of what Fulani is doing in their space. That is on the side of those who want to go to seek for political power at a time that people are seeking for self-determination and freedom. Then the self-determination group in Yoruba land. Again, yesterday or so, today is 22nd. And it was yesterday that the exact 6 months from the date in November of 2021, when something happened there in NINAS'S, in which Professor Akintoye found himself resigning and claiming that all of Yoruba have left NINAS'S. Nobody, Yoruba did not leave NINAS'S. Something happened, and a lie was crafted and widely circulated. That lie caught up with those who crafted it, and it became reason why people, the one who was our chairman, Professor Akintoye, had to resign. What is that lie? It was alleged for something that was happening in one of our associate platforms in the Yoruba space, Ìlànà Ọmọ Oodua, for something that was going on in their midst for many months, for which in which NINAS'S had no hand, no form of involvement. Professor Akintoye consciously created the falsehood in order to cover something else, that 350 million naira was given by Yemi Osinbajo, the vice president, to Otunba Sade Olukoya, who is of Ìlànà in NINAS'S, to work for how Osinbajo could become president. Just falsehood. And we've said nothing about it other than the formal statement that was issued at the time. I think it was on the 20th of December or so, that there was that NINAS'S was intact, that only one person pulled out, and whoever is willing to go with him. That is not that the Yoruba people are very much intact and very much in what NINAS'S is doing. We saw the many things that NINAS'S had done since after that incident. But the reason this broadcast is being made is that the alliance, the NINAS'S alliance, has suffered some debilitation from the spread of that falsehood. And the people who spread that falsehood are creating other falsehoods, just making our task a lot more difficult, in creating the impression that there's some kind of a question mark on the integrity of the project. How will Osinbajo be made president when we have taken a position that we will not tolerate any further elections under the 1999 Constitution? Will Osinbajo jump from window to come to be, and then they embellish that lie by putting a motive to it, that the money was taken because there was some pressure predating the incident of even the quarrel in Ìlànà, of making Osinbajo president. I now have to, having waited 6 months, yesterday was the full 6 months, having waited 6 months for some Yoruba people who are committed to what we are doing to speak up and tell Professor Banji Akintoye that he cannot continue to peddle lies and lead Yoruba into damnation, because the Fulani are coming for the Yoruba like they are coming for other people. If Yoruba people are slaughtered today because we have not finished this business, it will be because Professor Banji Akintoye chose to tell lies and to maintain those lies with other lies. That is how Yoruba got to where they fell into, if the Fulani will kill them because they've not recovered their land. That is the situation as at this April in 2022. And the reason we have to address this matter as we're addressing it is that if we don't, they will continue to. I've seen so many videos of where all kinds of allegations. Some say we say Igboho is a terrorist. Whoever suggested that? These are all fabrications. Some say, oh, elder of it is because Banji Akintoye is 87 years that people who believe the falsehood that his lapdog called Maxwell Adeleye was part of crafting it, that initial lie. The only thing, he embellished it and corroborated it, knowing that it was a lie, because I spoke with him when the problem began. I picked up the phone to say, can you see what is being said by your spokesman? And just as we were doing that, he went on video to now say that yes, he put names to it, he put figures to it, he put motive to it. And it became something people began to believe, because he came from an 87-year-old man. And so this address is not to bring down an old man. In this project, we have dealt with older men. Some of them are still alive. Chief Ayo Adebanjo has been knowing me since Nadeko days. He will not, if you tell him that I insulted any elder, he will tell you are lying, because he knows it cannot be so. Professor Wole Soyinka has been involved with us. Of course, he will dismiss you if you came to tell him so I grew up in Yoruba land. I know enough of how to relate with Yoruba elders. Bankole Oki, the senior advocate, one of my plaintiffs in the suit, God bless his soul, he was 90 years before he passed on. There was never an incident of anybody, exchanging, getting into any kind. I've never gotten into any altercations with any Yoruba elder. There are many of them that are older than Professor Banji Akintoye, still alive, and who have dealt with us across the last 20, 30 years. And so it is precisely because he is that old that the word, the proceeding from his mouth was taken as truth by those who now began to spread it. They didn't bother to verify it any further, because Banji Akintoye said so. And today, I'm responding to that situation, having waited for 6 months for those who, he have been sending all kinds of people to come to say they are making peace. And I say, look, can the truth be pronounced? That's all that we want. Can he get back on video? Because he said what he said on video. Can he get back on video to say he was misled by Max, whoever misled him into saying what he said about money that was taken, knowing fully well that no money was taken? I consider it an insult that anybody will be suggesting that we took a 350 million. That is just even the most infuriating part of the matter. Looking back at where we're coming from, we didn't take money from Absalom Abubakar. We didn't take money from Obasanjo. We didn't take money from the one that came after him, Yaradua. We didn't take money from Jonathan to deflect. We didn't take money from all the people who could have given 50 times of whatever Osinbajo can offer. We didn't take money from Atiku. We sat down with him in 2016. But we didn't, we insisted on what needed to be done. And so somebody comes with a talk of, and people actually peddling it around. And the thing is putting question mark on this painstaking process that has come this far. And so let it be known, let it be said clearly that if anything goes wrong with the Yoruba self-determination campaign, it is Banji Akintoye and whoever is working with him to cause confusion in that space. Otherwise, the rest of the people are okay. Everywhere, home and abroad, they are doing what NINAS asked them to do. Together, we are going to, that constitution is gone, and people are going to take their portion.